Setting the timer for 25 minutes. I'm letting y'all know that now. Time has started. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Reality Kingdom. We put
the real in reality or whatever.
Period.
And I just have one thing to say.
What?
It do take nerve.
Over. On your nerve. What happened to that?
Okay,
mother?
we're here to talk about Drag Race All-Star Season 10, Episode 1. Girl, these looks.
Killer.
I mean, I was gagged. I was gagged.
The boots house down, honey.
And that lip sync?
It always ate. Double Shantae. Shout out to Theodore. Theodore says, I'm so happy for Mitch and his boys. They really had a good time fishing out there. Hashtag the boys. Hashtag no more girls. Hashtag boy power. Hashtag loyalty. Hashtag friends for life. Hashtag kings. With a heart, with a face with a heart around it and a muscle emoji. Yes, honey. Shout out to the niggas. Shout out to the boys.
I mean, you could just immediately tell that they had nothing to talk about this episode. They didn't. Which is, you can always clock when the edit is a little bit slow like this, girl. The person we all know going home is going home. Mary was going home last week. Okay, it was no question about it. It was no question of fucking about it. And it's just, I don't understand how the host of the show could say this is their favorite season. Me and Pharaoh was discussing that. Like, Pharaoh said, at least say one of your favorite players is on this season. Don't try to adjust the whole season around why you like it, Jeffrey. Yes. Because, baby, to say this is a good season in general is crazy. Especially to say it's your favorite is insane. Like, this is not a good season. Like, I'm taking the players and everything out of it. Like, this has nothing to do with them being a male alliance. This has nothing to do with their ideals or thoughts on other winners of the seasons. This is just not a good season. Like, objectively, when I tune in, I know exactly who's going home. We've been know who's in the end game. At this point, the only thing that would gag me is if somehow Kyle and Camilla make it to Final 3 and or win the game. Like, that is the only way that this season will have any redemption, and that's going to be a sliver because it happened within the last, 1 to 2 episodes. Like, this is not good. Like, this is just not good. And I feel like I see people on Twitter getting upset with people saying that it's not a good season or feeling like it's because people don't like men in power. And it's like, that is just simply not the case. Like, this is just not.
I don't like being bored, personally. Sorry.
I don't. And that's the thing. Most of people have had negative opinions about the New Era season. So to try and make it seem like people having a negative opinion about this season is somehow different from the other ones in this New Era is crazy. I've hated almost every season in the New Damn Era.
And this is the worst. Surprisingly, this has gotten even worse than it could get.
I didn't know it could get worse than this.
Exactly. I thought we were at rock bottom. We were not. There was worse Survivor seasons.
You know what? I will say, only because it's so forgettable. That season, that Carolyn in them season.
44.
I was so over that one.
That was actually.
I would say 44 is still worse than this. I also Carla and Jesse in them season didn't love it. Didn't love. 43 and 44 was a nasty 1-2 mid off. Like,
it wasn't.
So I would honestly say, as far as characters I care to talk about, this is still better than those two. But
I can agree with
still bottom tier.
Still bottom tier. You're competing with the worst of the worst. Mind you, those are some of the worst seasons of the entire 50 seasons we've ever gotten. Not just of the New Era. We're not just the New Era.
Is that not tea in general, though? Like, not to be a hater, but like in the 50 seasons of Survivor, almost all of the like low tier seasons are from the New Era. Yeah, like the New Era could make up the entire bottom list.
It could actually. This could be the bottom 10 seasons ever, and I wouldn't argue with anybody about that. I don't think it is. I think there's some misses I can think of here and there, but maybe like 1 or 2 misses.
Honestly, can't think of many Survivor seasons that have been worse than 41 through now. I cannot.
Yeah.
I can't name one.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge.
Name one.
To try to do.
Worlds Apart, maybe.
Not maybe World. Well, I wouldn't even say that. Maybe Fans versus Favorites 2. Yeah, maybe Fans versus Favorites 2. Actually, I could say her. She's not better than Shan.
I haven't seen any of I haven't seen many of the older seasons, so I guess I can't count them. But every season of Survivor I've seen.
Oh, Redemption Island could be down there. Redemption Island could be down there.
For sure, Redemption Island for sure.
Thailand could be down there because I don't even know what the fuck Thailand is. So I'm with that. Yeah. So it's some bad ones, but I mean, this is down there with them.
Terrible. And I want to shout out this comment. Where was it at? I'm gonna find her.
Edge of Extinction was terrible. Ghost Island, I hated.
Tabu says, thank you for introducing me to Survivor Australia because Lord, and I just want to plug that one more time, bitch, because we did just get done recapping the last season of Survivor Australia. We have included free links in the bio, in the description, to go find and watch Survivor Australia seasons. I really want y'all to get into it only because I am watching Survivor Australia Heroes versus Villains, and when I tell y'all, Episode 7, Tribal Council, is the best tribal council in Survivor history, period. I mean, I beg you, if you are someone who really, really enjoyed early, middle era of Survivor, and you feel like this new era is not giving you that, you need to watch Survivor Australia because people loved Survivor because of those iconic tribals. You know what I mean? And Survivor Australia will give you one almost every episode. These people are here to play. These people are here to strategize. These people are here to game. Like, I am begging you, not even to just to watch our recaps, bitch. I beg you to just get into Survivor Australia. It will be one of the best decisions you've made. It really will. Now, as someone who probably do watch these shows for diversity, I'll be honest in saying you're not going to get her. And that's really with any international show. Don't expect too much diversity. Please don't. It's not gonna give unless it's like a Canadian show, really. Yeah. But other than that, if you're looking for like actual just like gameplay to see people get on that island and play and not let a majority alliance dominate literally as soon as they see them all on the beach together, cuddled up and caked up and talking all damn day, then you have to watch Survivor Australia because baby, like, oh my God. And I'm so happy I'm watching Hero versus Villains because I finally get to see George. King George. This man is insane. And that tribal on that episode is good because of King George. This man is one of the most hilariously cracked players I have ever seen. It's like, first of all, he's a gay man. So it's a mix of like Todd and Parvati and Russell and just so many people wrapped up into this like little blanket, and it's like he's just so good. He's so slick. And then we have Shawnee. I love Shawnee so much. Shawnee and Liz. I love both of them, but Shawnee specifically. Period. Okay. I have never seen a woman on Survivor reheat Parvati's nachos the way Shawnee has, because it's truly an energy. It's not necessarily what you do, it's an energy, and she just has like this energy that works well for her, like socially. Like, she's such like a low-key social player that I feel like Parvati is, where it's like she's able to garner people that's going to protect her and keep her safe and work her way through the season. Like, I just live. It's so good. And that's really, I've watched 3 seasons now, so I'm halfway through this one, and I watched 2 in full, and I'm gagging. The house boots down. Down, bitch. Like, get into Survivor Australia.
Henny. And unfortunately, we'll be getting into Survivor 48 right now. So the episode starts off and Mary has a plan. Her plan is don't vote her out. She pitches it to Camilla. She says, y'all need to get out Joe. How y'all gonna do that without me? She pitches it to Mitch. She say, y'all need to get out Joe. How y'all gonna do it without me? She pitches it to Kyle. Says the same shit. But Kyle replies to us in the diary room and he says, well, I don't know if we should do that because I have so many close relationships with those people. So if I betray the relationships, I'll be betraying the people. So first of all, wrong. That's not true at all. Second of all, I don't even know what to say to you, sir. Kyle, are you stupid? And I'm wondering this because how are you going to win the game? Right?
Well, the Edgic girls are saying he could win.
Right, but that's Edgic. So in reality, how are you going to win the game? Right?
When we get down this deep into the game, that is just my one question. It really is. I just don't understand. And then we see in the preview, this dramatic ass preview, we see Kyle and Camilla scrambling, trying to get Shaheen and Joe to turn on each other. Baby, it's top 6.
It's top 6.
It is.
It is.
That's not going to happen. It's not.
I don't even care if it does. Why'd you do it now?
I think Kyle's one way at this point to win the game is to be able to not go home next. Camilla go ahead and go and get 5th or something. I don't know how he would get past Mitch, though. He would need to win his way, and probably through fire, making 2 Final 3. And I think he can win based on the fact of people are bitter or upset about how dominant Joe, Shaheen, and Eva has been in this whole loyalty and integrity thing. But even then, he wouldn't deserve to win, in my opinion. Like it's just like I think he really had the potential to be a really good iconic like player, like especially for this new era. And he fumbled that because he got sucked into what everyone else got sucked into, the honesty, loyalty, and integrity talk. And then he gets up on the diary room and says that he's been playing the middle. What middle? What middle?
There is no
because saying Cedric Ben went home. No one was working with Chrissy. Who else went home after
David.
that? And like there was no middle. There was no middle that you were playing. There's never been a middle because there's never been a set other side. You have been playing the middle between Camilla and this fucking 4
and 7 people. Like, God damn it.
There is no middle here. So it's like I don't know. Like there could have been a middle if y'all actually created a different side to play in between, but that didn't happen. It was a bunch of people in minority fumbling around that just went home.
Literally. And he knows that. And so do we. Mary eats the last coconut because she don't give a damn no more. I guess that's funny.
She was like, what's her name? Eva was like, this is the last coconut. She was like, sorry, I just haven't.
I've been hungry for 7 days. She ate that one thing up. I will say about Mary, like, I just appreciate her. Like, honestly, even though she pissed me off, she was doing stupid shit, yada, yada, yada. Past all of that, I appreciate the fact that she's here to play the game because no one else is. So,
like her, like Chrissy, her, like that's why I appreciate about a lot of people who went home in this minority because they were willing to do things and make these moves, and they got overshadowed by this huge alliance of people that don't necessarily care about winning the game.
Exactly.
Period. You don't care about winning the game. Anytime an alliance works in this manner, it's not about winning or coming here to actually win. You know, even going back to like the cookout in Big Brother 23, like all of them have acknowledged that they gave up their chance to win or play optimally for this alliance for the Black community.
Exactly.
And that is why you see alliances that start from day one like that usually don't last because they're not willing to give up all of those things to win the game. So them doing this, while it is honorable, I guess, what does honorability mean in Survivor? No, I think it is, but who gives a fuck about that in Survivor? No one gives a fuck about loyalty and honor and integrity in Survivor. It's a game. The very first season of this game was won without that. You know what I mean? Multiple seasons of this game were won without that. So I just don't think it actually fucking matters at all. And the fact that they're doing this and on the grounds of nothing. Like, I think that the cookout did it on the grounds of something. You know, I feel like if a woman alliance was to do it, it would be on the grounds of something. And they're trying to make this on the grounds of like strong men not being shields. And that just never is going to be a reality where we have fucking 90 male winners. Like, you know what I mean? It's just not going to, it's not going to serve the way you think it's going to serve. It's not going to give like that. So I just feel like it's just not smart. Like, they don't want to win, period. They don't want to win. And they're standing behind this integrity and loyalty thing to make an excuse. Like, I'm sorry, like what Kyle said throughout this episode sounded like excuses. I think Kyle is scared. He doesn't want to turn against them because he knows they have a lot of power and they can use that power against him. Because in the same breath, he's saying, well, I don't want to turn on them because we've shared so many things and I just love them so much. What about the shit you share with Camilla? Because the path you're going down is going to get her ass sit home and not even in the final 3. But you don't care about that, huh? I guess we don't care about that. Camilla, you're number one. You're ride or die that you've been sharing all of this shit with. We don't care that she is in a position to where she's likely going to go home and lose the game because you don't want to turn on these people that you've also had a close relationship with. No, you're scared of them, Kyle. That's just what it is. And I just feel like I understand that you have to be cautious when you're working with an alliance like this, but we haven't seen any real work to overturn this. It was this idea that he's in this middle that was never real, and now we're at the end game and he's falling back on, well, I just like them too much. What?
Like, what does that even mean? I have no respect for it, and I don't feel anything about it. Like, I don't feel any gumption. I don't feel like, oh my God, Kyle, you're such a great person and all of this. I don't know what makes him feel that way. He feels like it is his duty to not betray them because he has these personal relationships with them. Sir, it's a game. It's not a knock on your personal relationship with them just because you vote them out of a game. They will vote you out of the game. They will have to vote you out, and you will have to vote them out. It's not a Final Four. So one of them's going home. You're going to be voting one of them. So who gives a fuck?
what does he plan to fucking do? Like, because he said
he's planning
this round or next round, I'll have to turn on them. So it didn't happen this round. So do you think that you, Mitch, Camilla, and somehow Shaheen are going to flip and do something? That's not going to happen.
I don't even think he thinks that.
So what's going to happen? Y'all don't have an idol, do they?
No. His next plan is going to be to try to get Joe and Shaheen to take each other out because he doesn't want to do it. He's a punk. And he's playing like a punk. And at that point, why are you
love that punk word. You love that punk word.
Why are you even here, though? It's a shit stain on the entire show, what Kyle is doing. I can actually respect Joe and by default Eva because they're running it and they're in a prime position. They're not playing unoptimally. They're playing optimally. They will win this game the way they're playing. Kyle and Shaheen, you never will. The way they're playing is a shit stain on the show, and I hate it. Shaheen at least thinks he could win. You know what kills me? Shaheen, at least delusionally, he's very, very wrong and silly for thinking this, but he delusionally thinks he could beat Joe and Eva. I mean, maybe in a world where everyone's bitter, by default, you could.
Unfortunately, I think
Kyle doesn't even think he can beat. Kyle doesn't even think he can beat him. So it's like, I would rather Kyle genuinely feel like he could beat them. He doesn't. He's had diary rooms over and over saying he knows he can't beat Joe. If that's the case, what the fuck are you doing? Losing on purpose? I hate a bitch who loses on purpose. Why could I ever respect that? Why could I ever respect that? You're like, well, I don't want to take him out, so I guess I'm gonna have to. I don't know what I'll do, and then you lose, and then who gives a fuck? Now you lost $1 million and you're fucking broke. A broke lawyer. I guess you're a lawyer. You're not. You know what else I wanted to say? Bitch, I hate the way they're playing because the way they're playing feels so privileged. And I hate it. Just feels so privileged. Do you know how many people would fight? And it's not just about the money or the status in real life, but also about the fact that none of these bitches are fans. We saw all of their exit interviews. Eva, Joe, and Kyle are not real fans. They all started watching within the last 2 seasons, and they all said they went back and binged it real quick before the show. None of these are fans. Shaheen and Camilla are real fans of the show, and it sucks that they're sitting here in this fucking fuck Shaheen. Camilla, it sucks that she's sitting here in this fucked up ass position because of 3 bitches who don't even give a fuck about the show. And it sucks that Jeffrey got his fucking dumb ass on that motherfucking podcast and said that he respects the season when he knows it's 3 bitches who don't respect the fucking game. Also, he's fucking people saying that David is one of his favorite motherfucking. How is David one of your favorites when he don't respect the fucking game either? A bunch of bitches who don't respect shit that happened. They don't even know what shit. They don't even know what happened. Joe walking around talking about it's always been these strong men use this show. No, the fuck it hasn't. You don't even know the history of the show. Get the fuck out of my face.
Clock.
Shout out to Total Drama Simmer. I'm torn since Joe is a threat and I don't want Kyle to have big move-itis, but Joe is a shield for him. I felt this way 4 weeks ago. Now that we're at top 6, like, what shield?
It has to.
You mean the shield that's going to win the last 3 immunities and fire making, so you're going to lose? Congratulations. Because their only move is to try to get out Joe next week because Eva has the idol, but Joe has won 4 immunities in a row. So
I do want to say this too. Thank you for calling this out. Mila does things. We make a lot of excuses for Camilla though. Why didn't she secure Mary, Mitch, and Kyle for this? I will say that it's time to get on her ass too. Because I think what I don't like about Camilla a little bit is that when she sees another person in the minority saying, I don't give a fuck anymore, I'm gonna do what I have to do, she always has to be the one to say something. Like Camilla's strategy is very much, I'm not gonna be the one on the bottom. And it's like, girl, you're still at the bottom, okay? It's not going to work, okay? You're not the most loved minority person on the goddamn minority. Like, it's just not going to work. You're like, girl, you're still losing, okay? And at the end of the day, both Kyle and Camilla had a very good game plan that they ruined coming into Merge. I feel like Kyle did kick it off by not initially telling her about the Lions, but she knew about the Lions for a while now, and she's still walking around here in the goddamn clouds, okay? Not putting her foot down about shit. So it's at the end of the day, Kyle and Camilla, yes, 1,000% have ruined the great position that they had. And it's so unfortunate. And I hate that, like, there's little moments of her being like, Mary, no one's going to want to work with you if you do this to the coconuts. Girl, no one's working with you and you're not doing it. So where do we go from here?
Fuck that T. Shout out to Marky F. Kyle is so stupid. I agree. But at what point does Camilla wake up and realize Kyle's loyalty is with Joe and Eva and not her? I agree. And it's not even that. I don't even think it's that it's with them and not her. I think what it is that all of his loyalty decisions are benefiting 8 people who are not her. At a point, drop the nigga. You should have dropped him and voted him out, low-key.
But that's not helping you. Where is she going to go?
Nowhere.
No one in the minority has cared or even tried to make relationships with each other. At all. Ever since marriage has started, every single person in the minority has fumbled and flailed around the goddamn island as if there is not an obvious alliance sitting in the front of their fucking face. And now we're at the top 6, and the edit is trying to make us seem like somehow what's been happening for the last 90 episodes is not just going to happen again. It's going to happen again.
Clock it. So the show's rigged for Eva, so she got to go on another journey. She didn't get anything this time because she already has everything. She came back and said, oh, well, there was a knowledge of power, but I have the power, so why would I go for it? And everybody felt weird about it, but didn't vote her out. We get to immunity. Is it immunity? Yeah, we get to immunity. It's finally something different for the first time in forever. Somebody different wins. I guess we should be surprised.
It wasn't a physical. It wasn't fully physical this time, so...
I'm surprised someone else won, you know? You'd think maybe if you switched up the way the immunities went, maybe we get different type of winners, and then maybe the episode, right? Oh, I don't know. So Camilla wins. She takes Eva on reward again because the show's rigged for her.
The girls are pressed that Eva is on another reward. It just feels like Eva has wit on everything. Is there no merge idol?
No.
Why not? Or no one went looking for it?
Maybe no one's went looking for it. Sometimes they do have immunities and stuff like that people have never found, and they're just on the island. But there hasn't been anyone. I wish there was one, but there wasn't.
I'm really at this point, like, Joe needs to win the game. Because we said about this before, like, I don't know what Shaheen's edit giving anymore. I do think his edit has kind of ticked down while Joe has been consistent. Joe needs to win this season. I don't like some of his ideals on how the other New Era winners are. Like, I would definitely assume if he win, he probably gonna think he's the best New Era winner up in this bitch. Okay, and Jeff ain't helping him with that ideal either,
with the gas,
because I know Jeff is in his DMs every day. You're just so good, Daddy. But Joe deserves to win this season. He deserves to win this season. Like, I mean, he has ran these people like a cult. And I remember saying last episode, has anyone played like him before? No shade. And someone clocked me in the comments. Rob in Redemption Island, and he mentioned how he feels like Rob is someone who can have a strategy that can, transcend seasons, unlike the other New Era winners. But he's definitely playing similar to how Rob did in Redemption Island, and I think it's even more impressive because he didn't have the legacy to come in and do it. You know, and it's very much on a even playing field level, and I really appreciate that. Like, a lot of the reason why Rob was able to have that control is because of his celebrity, and Joe doesn't have that, and he's still able to have every one of these people shook and disarmed by the fact that they feel like he's so honorable and integral. Like, I at this point, it's annoying, but he really deserves to win this game, and I can't accept anything else. Like,
no, Eva,
Shaheen would not deserve. Kyle would not deserve. I mean, you did what you had to do, but it just did not happen. It just did not happen. And honestly, 100%. I wish I could see Kyle and Camilla on another season, only because I feel like their dynamic could have been so great in a season that wasn't like poisoned with this integrity and honesty thing, because it truly has warped so many people, including Kyle now. Because I do think individually they're both really interesting and good players. Like, we've seen Kyle do good things for Camilla, and then vice versa, especially pre-merge. Like it just
very dynamic
in this
stagnant season.
It hurts to know that they were the ones to save us, and I think that's why we're so upset with them right now, because they were the only hope we had left. And even they got caught up in it. It's like, oh my! It's like you see the virus getting everybody. Oh my god! And then they were fighting it. They were fighting it, and then it got them too.
It really goes to show what happens when it comes to like a political climate, like any type of system where the majority of people is doing something. People just start to fall in line with it, no matter how much against it, no matter how much it harms them, no matter how much they're not benefiting from it. People just fall in line. Mary fell in line, Mitch fell in line, Camilla fell in line, Star fell in line. Everyone fell in line, and that's just what you do when you're in this situation. It's very unfortunate, but that's not how you win the game. You lose the game that way, and it's like, we're 48 seasons in. How could you fall for it again? I don't know. I don't get it. But like I said, they are getting a lot of people who don't care about this show. Frankly, to be frank, it is a lot of people who don't give a fuck about this show on this season. And I feel like it works better in that type of group where it's like, there's only one or two super fans. They can't do shit about it. Everybody else, no one else cares. So there's that.
Jeff is going to give up half of his salary to make sure Joe is on Survivor 50.
He is.
How much you want to bet? Jeff will take a pay cut
He will.
To make sure Joe is on Survivor 50.
He will. 100%. But no, what you're saying about Joe is so tea, because even in this next scene, well, first Kyle lets Camilla know he's a lawyer. Who gives a fuck?
Girl.
Are you voting out Joe or not, nigga?
He knows she going home soon, so he's just like, I'll just share everything with you, babe.
Who gives a fuck? Shut up. That shit pissed me off. I don't care. And then we see Mary shake Joe up a little bit. And this is why Mary, low-key, she funny as fuck.
She's funny as hell.
Joe, I'm voting you tonight, by the way. So good luck. And it worked. I didn't think this was going to do anything, but Joe, and she got Joe clocked. Joe is a very reactive, emotional person.
I didn't know she would gag him like this.
I don't think
he was watching. I was like, girl, calm down.
Joe is extremely emotional. I don't think he believes he is, but he is. So Joe reacted very, very fast to this. And he was like, well, hold on. Wait, what can we do? We need to find somebody else to be the vote. And guys, what do you think? So he goes to his alliance, basically asks them if they're willing to be the vote. And Mitch is like, who are we going to vote? Eva? Who's the vote? Who's the alternative vote? And everyone's like, girl, she doesn't have an idol. I don't know why you're panicking. He asked Shaheen this, and Shaheen get a little heated because Shaheen is like, nigga, what the? He don't say that. But Shaheen is like, I've got my name written down twice. You get an inkling that your name might be written down, and you talk like you're willing to vote for me. You're willing to vote for other people. What's going on? And I guess Kyle and Camilla are going to use this next episode. So I guess this moment does matter because they're going to try to use this to make Shaheen and Joe against each other. But yeah, shout out to Femi Alex Williams. Like 43, I don't have a single idea who this jury will vote for. Everyone besides Mitch could win. No lie. I see that too.
Jury? Do you have the pictures of the cast by any chance?
No.
We'll get to it later, but I guess when we get to the drafts again.
Yeah, we can talk about it during the drafts.
Who is it so far? So far, it's Chrissy, Cedric, David, and who just went home?
Star.
Is that mine? Alarm?
No, that's mine. My alarm is off. The alarm has gone off. We need to go ahead and wrap this up. Luckily, we're at the end of the episode. The tribal council started. Everybody's crying. Nobody cares. And Mary is voted out unanimously. David does a military stand salute as Mary walks out. Everyone.
I thought he was going to get up and rush Joe or something.
No, like, for real.
What was that supposed to do?
He's so angry. His face the entire time. He's such an angry person. And then he wonders why he doesn't have a girlfriend. Why would you have a girlfriend when you look like you literally look aggressive? You look scary. I would be afraid to date you, sir.
Honestly, like,
very uncomfortable.
Up in my face if I say something wrong. Oh, ooh.
Like, he's super aggressive and frightening looking. Like, I don't know if he needs to see a psychologist or what, but
definitely that. I mean, he's a grown man living in an RV in front of his parents' house, and that's no shade because I live with my parents. But it's like
something not right. Something's not right up there because the way he reacts.
Like, I feel like for him, the thing we're discussing is directly connected to that.
I agree.
Like, he's not doing that for any other reason that something is wrong.
Yeah, he needs to seek medical help. He needs to seek mental help. And I think everyone should. I genuinely do. I think I need to seek it. Everyone needs to seek it. But especially him. Like, I'm afraid of you through the screen. Shout out to HFG. I'm over this season, but y'all are great, my faves. Thank you, darling. We're trying. Let's get into the drafts because the timer went off. Eva is gone. I mean, not Eva. I wish. Mary is gone.
Mary's gone. We all knew she was gone, girl. I mean, I have Kyle and Eva left. I mean, you know, I could see a world in which somehow Kyle could get it, but it's definitely not this universe. I think that's 616. We're not there.
Yeah. We can talk about the jury real quick because the jury is Cedric, Mary. Oh, wrong button. Cedric, Mary, Chrissy, David, Star. So these are the people who are going to be voting. And let's say hypothetically Shaheen, Eva, and Joe are in the end, which is like, I just think they're all voting Joe. I think David would be bitter. And I think if David would vote Shaheen.
Bitter, who would he do though?
Shaheen out of default. I think he's more mad at Eva and Joe. So I think there is a world that Shaheen can win with the final three of him, Joe, and Eva because of people's perspective of the way Joe and Eva played. Chrissy doesn't like it. David doesn't like it. I think Kyle and Camilla actually respect Shaheen in a way, which is why they keep mentioning, we need to take Shaheen out. He's low-key a threat. So I wouldn't be super, oh, shit, if Joe loses because Joe is kind of an asshole. And the way he plays the game isn't necessarily respected, which is why David doesn't like him, which is why Chrissy doesn't like him. But yeah, I just think Joe's winning.
I Yeah, I agree with that comment now. I don't know who this jury is going to vote. I really don't. I don't know because I have no idea where Cedric is going to go. I don't really have an idea where Chrissy's going to go because even though Chrissy was annoyed at the alliance, she didn't like direct that to anyone individually.
I agree.
And then David is bitter, but specifically at who, Shaheen. He was mad with Shaheen. That was the vote that he wanted out. So maybe because of that, he'd vote him. Star, I don't know where she's going to be at. I don't know where Camilla's going to be at. I would assume someone like Camilla would respect Joe.
I agree.
I think that would definitely happen. And then same with Mitch. I think Mitch likes Joe. I think Mitch will respect Joe. So I could see Mitch for sure getting it. Someone in the chat asked who would win Fire. If I had to guess who Final Four would be, it would be some culmination of the big three and Kyle and or Mitch. Mm-hmm. And in that case, I would say, let's say it's with Mitch. I would say Joe is winning individual immunity. He's going to take Eva, and Shaheen would beat Mitch in Fire. And if it's Kyle in Final Four, the only thing would change is possibly Kyle winning immunity. And he would probably, I would say, take Eva. And that could be a Joe and Shaheen final. Now, that could be nasty.
That could be T.
Joe versus Shaheen would be nasty.
That could be T.
I don't know who would win that. I don't know who would win that. But if I had to bet my bottom dollar, Shaheen is definitely going to be making Fire.
I agree.
And he may or may not win.
I think Shaheen is definitely making Fire. I think he mostly wins, but he could lose in a certain situation.
But even if Joe still wins with Kyle there, Kyle, he's going to take Eva, and then I think Shaheen would beat Kyle in Fire. I think Shaheen would beat Kyle, and Shaheen would beat Mitch, but he would lose to Joe if he somehow has to do it against him.
I will say I kind of don't see a way that Eva wins. I don't think Eva can win the game because I can't see
no way.
I can't see a final three where they vote her over. Because if you have to decide and Joe is always there, you would always pick Joe over. Not always, but I feel like I would always pick Joe over Eva. They played the same game, but Joe played better. So it's like I can't really see a way. And if Joe isn't there, it's because Kyle or Shaheen took him out. So it's like I will go Kyle or Shaheen. I don't see how Eva could win, honestly.
The universe in which Eva wins is if Eva will, because Eva has a story. She does have a storyline of how she got there. She would need to explain it in a way that puts her in a spot of, I created this group around me to get me to this point. They all protected me. Every information on this island came back to me, and I ran them like dogs. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then Eva herself, just like as a natural person, her having this autism, it's something that we don't really see on winners of these type of shows. So that is another huge thing going along with her actual game story, which I would say can be drafted in a way that would be deserving of a win. Next to Joe, no. Do I think Eva should beat Shaheen? Yeah, at this point, yeah.
I agree.
I'm at a point with Shaheen where it's like, you gotta start shitting to get off the pot, and winning Fire is not going to do that to me. Shaheen should get third. I do think Eva would deserve to beat Shaheen at this point because I don't think Shaheen is really giving me anything. The issue with Eva is that I don't know how the jury feels about her, and I don't know how she's going to be able to articulate her game, because the things she would need to articulate, I don't even think she would want to articulate. It would involve bringing her friends down and bigging herself up, and I don't think she wants to do that.
She won't do that. That's her issue. I think she can articulate a game, and I think the game she'll articulate is, we were all friends and we all made it to the end, and I was very loyal and I didn't backstab anyone. Dave is going to have a question. You say you don't backstab anybody, but you backstab me. What do you have to say about that? I don't think I did. I tried my best to play the game, and da da da. That's all her speech is going to be. And I don't think this is a jury that will respect that. Mary is not the type to respect that. Chrissy is not the type to respect that. Camilla is not the type to respect that. Cedric, I don't believe, is the type to respect that. I don't think this jury, and David will not respect it because you took him out. This isn't the jury that Eva wins on. I think there is a world where Eva has a jury that she can win on. I don't think this is it. I think this is a lot of people who don't give a fuck. Truly. They like unfortunately, because all of the loyal people and the honorable people were in the alliance, that means the entire jury is all the people who don't play like that. The jury is the people who would have played hard. So they don't give a fuck about the vote. They're going to grill the fuck out of them at the final three. I think the jury speech might be the most entertaining part of this post-merge season. 100%. I think Chrissy is going to grill the fuck. Truly.
That's why I think it needs to just be Shaheen, Joe, and Eva, only because I think a lot of the things that you could say about one of them, you could say about all of them. Because I see something in the chat like about making relationships and things like that. Like, I don't think many of them have made relationships or done many things in this merge because they haven't had to do anything. They got to merge. They set up their grouping, and they have been in that grouping since this entire time. Other than taking out David, so it's like none of them really have that many relationships outside of the group. None of them have really been able to stand on this loyalty and integrity thing. None of them have needed to make any big moves. So honestly, I feel like they're all on the same level as far as that. But then when you try to like pick apart, I would say Joe is clearly the leader here. Eva is clearly the most protected. And Shaheen gives me tag along.
I think Shaheen was technically the most social. Technically the most social, but the way we're seeing on the edit, Joe.
Even if he's the most social, it's like, okay, if he were to win because these people like him so much because he was talking to them, great. But I wouldn't give him social game only because what has he used that social game to do? Nothing. Like, you have the most relationships to do what with him? Nothing. So.
Nothing. Gupulio says, does Kyle beat Camilla? I actually think if Camilla makes it to the end, she's winning. I don't think Camilla is making it to the end.
Camilla could win, I think, because of the story of it all. And I'm looking at Cedric, I'm looking at Mary, I'm looking at Chrissy, I'm looking at Star.
Kyle will be in the jury in that situation.
Kyle will be in the jury.
Mitch and her actually have a relationship.
Because she beat him. So I'm assuming
Mitch as well. I think Camilla has a stronger story. She's not a part of the anyone not a part of the alliance has that advantage. And I think she's the only one not a part of the alliance that could make it. Maybe Mitch, but I don't think Mitch can benefit from that because everyone knows Mitch has been punking out on everything. Yeah. I think people think that Camilla has wanted to turn on them the entire time and that she couldn't. I think people think Mitch has been sucking their dick, which is pretty much the truth. So I think she can benefit from it.
You know what, too? What you said about how I think Camilla can win because she's not been involved in the alliance. Kyle has this entire time been seen as a part of the alliance. So if he's in Final 3, what excuses him from being associated with everything that they're doing? And the thing is, I think in his mind, he's going to say, oh, I've been playing the middle. And everyone on the other side is going to be like, what middle? Because you haven't came to me and told me you wanted anything with that to do with that other side. So what are you talking about? So I don't think Kyle would be able to articulate his game well either because
he doesn't know the game he's playing. He's not aware of the game he's playing. And that's a big thing. You need to know the game you're playing. And I don't think he does. Eva doesn't know the positives of the game she's playing. Shaheen is delusional. Camilla and Joe are the main people who do know. And I think in Survivor at the Final Tribal, the most time someone wins is when they're coming from a perspective of they know exactly the way they played and they're going to articulate it. When Sandra Diaz-Twine won Heroes versus Villains, she didn't say, I ran this entire game. She said, I told y'all so. And that's how you got to come. You have to come from the perspective of what you actually did and what the jury perceives you did. And I think Camilla and Joe will do that. I don't think anyone else will, including Mitch. I think Mitch thinks he's been playing this great game. Isabel said, if you rewatch the jury likes Camilla. I think the jury always has like a positive response when she speaks. And there's been exit interviews that I've seen. I've read what was said, and on a lot of the exit interviews, when they talk about Camilla, they talk positively, or they give her that one word, and that one word is like very smart or intelligent or queen, all of that. So yeah,
and it makes sense only because she is, especially because Kyle is seemingly with them. She's the only antagonist to this group. Like she's the only one who could bring it down. They don't know that apparently Kyle is supposed to be in it with her, but she is their only hope to make sure this isn't the final. Yeah. And and I think, sometimes there's that one person there that is like obviously so stupid that it's like, even if they were to get there, we couldn't give them the win. I think with someone like Camilla, it's like she has proven to be intelligent. So it's like, she's smart. And if we like her enough, if she gets there, she's winning. Yeah. Even at this point, if Camilla got there, she would deserve to win. Only because how you got there, girl.
How did you get there?
How the hell did you get there? Because I was gonna say, if she's there next to Joe, I'm like, Joe still had a really strong game, but it's like, girl, Camilla, how you got there? How the hell did you get here, man? Like what?
Also,
Camilla will win. Camilla will win, and she would also deserve it. The thing is, though, I think Camilla she fits this era of winners the most. I think if you were to bring Camilla back, Camilla could win.
I agree. She also, there's gonna like the big reveal that will be at that finale is the fact that Camilla and Kyle have been playing the game as a duo and no one knew. But the thing about that is that it's positive for Camilla because that's how you won the game. That's how you got to the end. Kyle, that duo is not a gag. Like if Kyle is sitting next to Joe and he says, also, even though Camilla's in the jury, I've been working with her the whole time. That's not a gag because So what? You're next to Joe and Eva, who you've been in alliance with. You didn't do any. That didn't benefit you in any way. Camilla, on the other hand, it literally is the reason she's in Final 3. She is in Final 3 because of this secret alliance that no one knew about, that she used all the way to the end of the game. She got the benefit from this duo. Kyle has zero benefit from the duo. Truly, it's not helping him in any way, and it's not hurting it. It's not doing anything. He's just there because he didn't use it. He should have used it, and he didn't. So I think she could win, but will she get there? Who knows? Let's do these tier ranking real quick, child.
Oh, I forgot about those.
Yeah, me too. Mitch, Chop, no need to move him. Mary, honestly, like, she went out on a bang. I kind of liked it.
Yeah, keep her in child. Keep her in child.
Kyle and Camilla, I'm trying to bring them down to child. Truly. Definitely
it's Kyle. Time. It's time.
Yeah, it's time.
It's time.
Definitely Kyle. He's going to the bottom. Honestly, put both of them. Yeah. Boom. Eva's not a mother anymore. I don't care if she can win.
Put her in camp, I would say. Yeah. The thing is, Eva is someone who's been guaranteed Final 3 since day one.
Yeah,
I'm bringing both of them. It's like the minute we saw her connect with Joe, and we saw how dominant Joe's game was, it was like, this girl is about to be in Final 3. It was so apparent, and here we are. We are.
I agree. Shaheen might be mid.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
I said to myself, I think it would go Joe deserves to win, Eva next, and then Shaheen. I'm like, what is Shaheen finna give here?
It's becoming more distinct of a, what is it? Like, it's because it's top 6. Why are you mother? You're not winning. Like, I don't know. I think this is it, y'all.
Jim said that's the top for me.
No
title that mother is wild. Yeah, y'all. Should we change the tiers for things like this? This should just be the great tier.
Yeah, Joe is just winning. It should just say the winner. But yeah.
Oh, Lord. I wonder what can Shaheen say though?
Nothing.
What
he could say,
if he isn't followed through with Eva and Joe specifically, what can he say?
He would have to just do the social thing. I don't know what social game he's talking about, but he claims he has a great relationship with Mary and Camilla socially. So I guess he would have to go that angle. But other than that, he can't say
y'all like me, so vote me. Basically, that's what he would be saying.
Yeah.
Vote me because you like me, not because I used our relationship in any good way. And I wouldn't even like I liked you, but you were in the alliance and you didn't try to do anything to help me. Like, if anything, I would definitely not vote you.
I agree. I would definitely not vote him either. I don't think I think he could only win if one of them go home. I don't think he can win if both of them are there and it's him. I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard.
I know this is a social game, but like, if he wins just because they like him more, I'm gonna be a little
right. And I wish they would have had to highlight that more throughout the season. They haven't really highlighted that enough for me. So I don't think if he does win, I think it's because Joe goes home, or like he beats Joe at fire. He wins fire against Joe, and then they vote him to win. That's kind of the only path.
Yeah. I can see that universe. Joe is not in the final at all because it's like this leader, this godfather, and then boom.
Yep. And then the other person who wins, or whoever takes him out wins, or whoever is left wins. It's kind of like a default win. Like, I could see that for Shaheen. No shade, but that's it.
At the end of the day, if they sit up there and they vote him and they say we vote him because we like him, I can't fault him for it. I can't. It's just
I wouldn't have did it.
It would feel like it would just feel like because
it is a waste of time. We saw Joe dominate.
I just feel like social games should be a little bit more active than just, oh yeah, I like me. Like, use those relationships to do something else.
I agree.
But hey, because to me it would very like the thing is, we didn't see Marianne's full winter arc until like the last, I would say, final episode or last 2.
Yeah.
So there's something that Shaheen could still do, so he could benefit from those people liking him, because it's like, oh, we like you and you did this. You took out Eva.
Exactly.
You beat Joe and Fire.
Exactly.
But if he is in Final 3 with Joe and Eva and does nothing from this point forward, you can't help but have a little
he would be the worst. He would be the worst new era winner, justifiably, in my opinion. At that point, damn near.
Yeah, no shade.
So we'll see.
Like, Loki got dragged here. No shade.
Like high-key. No shade.
Like, if I'm so sorry.
No, you could.
I was gonna say, if that big alliance fell, and then he was able to catapult from that because of those relationships, that's one thing. But you never had to use any of those social relationships, so it's like,
ever.
So
there's nothing there. Child, get into the other shit. Tomorrow we doing Survivor Rewind. On Friday, we're doing Amazing Race. Saturday, we're starting All Stars Drag Race. So get into that. Of course, keep up with us for our Love Island reality rewind. If you want to watch the next episodes with us, on Monday we will be covering episodes 16, 18, and 19. And on Wednesday we will be covering episodes 20, 21, 22, and 24. Henny, we are skipping the after sons. If you're confused, that's why. So definitely get into that. Also get into Survivor Rewind. Survivor Borneo is way more interesting, no shade, and way more is crazy, but it really is. Get into episode 11, Long Hard Days. That is what we'll be covering tomorrow. And then also send in your votes for which reality rewind you want us to do next. The top 10 vote getters will be put up for contention for the next reality rewind season.
Oh, I say series. I feel like this is like a series.
This is series. Yeah,
like
this
the
is
reality rewind series, the BB
like
rewind
that.
series. Yeah,
for the next reality rewind series or whatever. So make sure you send in your votes. There is so many options. You definitely have a chance to get your favorite show in the motherfucking running. So get your favorite show in the motherfucking running, and then also get into the scripted kingdom. I drugged Thunderbolts yesterday, so get into that. And boom, that's it, y'all. Thanks for keeping it real with the kingdom, bitch. We're out. Bye.